Call me crazy, but I reckon posting a picture of yourself naked in your garden is kind of insane. Like that. But I like it, you know? I'm like, alright, yes, this is my fucking kind of person. Welcome to Backyard Bitch. I'm Aidan Jones and I'm the Backyard Bitch. Today, I'm doing something a little bit different. I've been trying to figure out a way to promote these videos to people. I want more people to see this, and I've spoken to people in the past about how to promote yourself online with online content, and one thing that people always talk about is collaborating. So you can make collaborative videos with other people who are on YouTube. So my idea to collaborate was I would do like garden reaction videos, you know? So like I would send people that I thought would be cool to collaborate with a message. I'd get them to film a bit of their garden for me, because obviously we can't be around each other because of coronavirus things, but they could send me like a thing of their garden and then I could watch it and react to it. And it'd be a cool way for me to learn a little bit more about gardening from people that are really into it and know stuff about it. Because evidently, like, I have this show, but I don't actually really know that much about gardening. I've only been doing it for like 6-9 months. I'm learning by myself, but it'd be cool if I could get other people to teach me stuff, because there's only so long I can be online yelling at articles about how to do stuff before it's like, well, why don't you try and find people who know how to do it? All right, like that. I get so defensive when talking about how I don't know something because I feel like I should. Whatever. Anyway, that's my own emotional problems. And this isn't an emotional show. It's a gardening show. That's debatable, but So I went on Instagram and I found some people on Instagram. So I found this lady on Instagram, lives in Victoria. Her handle is Farm Your Garden. Her name's Debbie, and she is, from her bio, sustainability educator, suburban farmer, sharing photos of converting a suburban garden into a backyard farm. I mean, some of her posts are just like, she's clearly having fun, just silly stuff, whatever. The one that really made me laugh and go like, oh, this is a fucking lady who's not taking herself too seriously and enjoying gardening, is there's a picture of her naked in her garden and like covered up with like a bush. She's wearing gloves, and the caption is, "A year ago I watched my feed fill up with photos of gardeners I followed in the nutty, and I wondered what was happening to the world, only to discover there was a day in the calendar set aside for naked gardens. So I promised myself I would have some fun and join in this year. Happy Naked Gardening Day, everyone." And I was on Instagram of a Friday evening going through trying to find people, and I just see this like this lady who, like, after talking to her, like, she's got a daughter, just like a mum, and she's naked in her garden. I'm like, that's fucking awesome, you know? It's just like, I reckon I want to talk to this person, and I reckon she would be keen to talk to me. Because like basically what I'm doing on Instagram is I'm finding people and then just messaging them and going, hey, fucking, I'm just a guy with a gardening show and I want to do like a video with you. You don't know me, but here's what I do. Blech. Like, what do you reckon? Like, I'm kind of doing a pretty fucking insane thing by messaging these people. And so I'm kind of looking for someone, or for people who are also doing insane things. And like, call me crazy, but I reckon posting a picture of yourself naked in your garden is kind of insane. Like that. But I like it, you know? I'm like, alright, yes, this is my fucking kind of person. So I messaged Debbie, and you know what? I was right. She messaged me back straight away. She was like, oh, that sounds so fun. You can come around my place in the spring or when restrictions have eased a little bit, and I'll teach you how to do a hydroponic lettuce setup. And I'm like, I don't even know what that fucking is, and I'm interested. But until then, she sent me a video of her in her garden, just explaining the garden. I've watched it once. I'm going to watch it again now, and I'm going to react to it. To be honest, I wish I'd just watched like the first time. I wish I just had that, but fucking whatever. Technical issues. Alright, so I'm watching it again now.
Hey Aidan, welcome to my...
Hey Debbie!
I will show you a few things I'm doing, and when you come to visit, I'll teach you how you can set up your own lettuce hydroponic system. So this is mine. It's just some lettuce sitting in cups in some water with a bit of fertiliser. There's no electricity, and the roots come through the cups and go down into the water.
I saw this, there's a dude called Jeb Gardner on YouTube, and he did this thing. I didn't know this was called a hydroponic setup. I just thought it was, I don't know what, I thought it was called like water plants. This was one thing that when I first I remember having a conversation with my mum over Christmas, going like, she was explaining wicking beds to me, which are those things with like the soil and then water on the bottom, and the water goes up through the soil. And I still don't really understand how that works. I would love someone to try and explain that to me. But at the time, I was like, it's just fucking witchcraft. Like, the water's down there and the plants are up there. Do they suck the water? Do they fucking bring it up? And the same with this. Like, I just never considered that you could make things grow without soil. And there's so much to learn in gardening that just seems like fucking witchcraft to me. Yeah. Gypsy magic tricks.
Very, very simple. No soil needed, and you can have it right outside your back door. This is the compulsory lemon tree.
Yeah.
With a menwee, and you can...
What was that? Menwee? What was that, mate?
With a menwee, and you can...
What the fuck is a menwee?
The compulsory lemon tree with a menwee, and you can...
Oh, I feel like that's a word that I'm not even going to be able to spell. Menwee? Menu? No, not menu. Menwee. What? I can't find this word. Lemon tree menwee. No? What's a menwee? Improved mayor? Debbie, what is a menwee? What is this word? Let me rewind that back.
With a menwee.
With a menwee?
Zooming down the bottom, you see, when you finish your oranges and lemons, throw the peels at the base of the tree so they break down.
Yeah.
And feed the roots all the goodness that was in the citrus peel.
Here's something that was interesting to me is I still don't really understand the idea that throwing oranges and lemons at the base of the lemon tree will help the lemon tree specifically grow. Like, it does kind of make sense to me. I'm confused. I would fucking love to have this explained to me as well. Is it that oranges and lemons and citrus things, putting them at the base of a citrus tree, because they're citrus things, they already have the kinds of nutrients in them that the citrus thing is looking for, so it doesn't have to filter through nutrients. Like, for example, if you put carrots at the bottom of a citrus tree, maybe it's got some, but not all of the right nutrients. Does that make sense? Like, so you're trying to match up things with the right nutrients so it's like a quicker process or something? Or do plants not work like that? I don't understand how plants work. She's going to talk about chickens in a little bit. I've watched the video once already. And the analogy that I drew for how it doesn't make sense to me would be like, it's not like drawing pictures of eggs would make your chickens lay better eggs. Like, it seems like that kind of logic where like I can see where it comes from, but it just, do plants really work like that? You put the orange there and they're like, oh yeah, cool, oranges. Like, that's what I'm doing, so go. Maybe they do. This has really confused me. I've been thinking about this actually since I watched it the first time last night. Oranges at the bottom of a lemon tree. It's like encouraging it. It's like, come on, mate, you know what these are. Go. Yeah, confusing.
Okay, so now we are in my...
This upset me. Your peas are fucking so much better than mine, Debbie. God
greenhouse, and here are some snow peas. Very keen to see how yours got on after you dug up the soil and moved them. What else have we got here? My compost pile. I have piles of ugly compost sitting all around my garden. Just wherever I weed, I make a pile. So there's nothing pretty about that, unfortunately. I've just planted some more peas here that will grow up around this trellis.
Yeah.
Here's my
fair play to you.
Mandarin tree.
Loves a bit of citrus, this lady.
Some carrots, so there's not much to see there.
Yeah.
And lots of beetroot.
So jealous at how big this garden is, by the way, and that huge compost pile. I don't have any room for that. You can see behind me, this is what I got.
I need to thin that out. Over on the other side, some Asian greens and lettuce. There's my tomatoes hanging up. Just pulled them out, and my orange tree. These are my chickens. Hey girls.
Looking good, girls.
They have quite a...
Actually, so jealous. I don't know if people have watched one of the earlier videos, but me and my housemate Liz were fucking keening up to get some chickens and put them in the abandoned house behind us, but the owner of that house came and saw that we'd been hanging out in there, so he put up a way bigger fence so we can't get there. I do love the idea of chickens. I think they would be so cool. Free eggs for life. So sick. And you feed all your scraps to them.
Big area. It's probably about 100 square meters.
Yeah.
Let's see if we have any eggs. Only two. Someone's not pulling their weight in this garden bed.
I like that. I like that bit of like, there's a genuine, it sounds like Debbie in the video is like genuinely annoyed by the fact that there's only 2 eggs, but she's also in her head like, oh, this is a video that I'm sending to this guy and I don't want to be like, I'm angry. And then like when the cameras turn off, she's over at the chickens going, what the fuck is wrong with you? No, don't fucking cluck. Don't walk away. You sit here and you explain to me why you have not been laying enough egg. Like, you know, there's just feels like there's a lot of anger behind that. Oh, someone's not pulling their weight. We are going to have a conversation about this later, Francine. Or whatever the name of a chicken would be. What do you call your chickens? Do chickens have names when you have a chicken? Debbie, you didn't say whether you have named your chickens or not. And if you haven't, can I name them? Or can maybe the people who are watching this video send in? That'd be fucking cool. If you are watching this video and you think of a cool name to name one of Debbie's chickens, and Debbie, I feel like I'm selling something I don't own here. But I mean, do your chickens have names? And if they don't, would you be cool for one of my mates or like people that I'm loosely associated with who watch my videos? Would you be cool if one of them named your chickens? And people who are watching this, send us a fucking message on Instagram, man, with your best. I'll give everyone three names. I don't know how many chickens there were, but give us 3 and then I'll fucking send Debbie some of the best ones. Names for those chickens. Maybe she's got them all named. Wouldn't it be cool to like, you know how people go in on a racehorse? How like rich dudes will go like quarters and they will all own a racehorse? Be the poor inner city equivalent of that to be like, me and my friends, we own a chicken together. Yeah, down at the community farm, we own this chicken. On Wednesdays it's called Betsy, and on Thursdays it's called Alfred, and on Fridays it's called Cellulite. I don't know. Anyway, fucking fair play to you, Debbie, with your chickens. I wish I had some.
Cauliflower and broccoli and leeks under a net that's supporting the net there, that frame. In this bed I have garlic. I've got 3 garlic beds, and some onions. And in the next area over here I've got chard and silver beet and more compost piles. So that's it. That's my garden in 3 minutes.
Oh, pretty rude of me to just yawn there.
Thanks, Aidan.
Thank you, Debbie.
See you soon.
Title. This made me laugh so hard at the end. Her daughter has edited it together. Edited it. And the video ends just with the word title. Like on the editing software, evidently. She's like, there's just a card that it puts at the end. And she's like, she could have put Finn. It would have been funny to put Finn. Debbie's daughter. I reckon I'm giving Debbie's performance a 10 out of 10 there. And your daughter, great editing, strong camera work, really dropped the ball right at the end, unfortunately. So that is a 2 out of 10. How mean would it be if I gave marks? Debbie, 10 out of 10, great. Your daughter, rubbish, 2 out of 10. Sort your shit out. No, thanks so much, Debbie, for sending that to me. That was really lovely. And for your daughter for editing it together. What do I learn from that? What have I learned from watching that video? I've learned that someone who's been doing it for a long time, who's been gardening for a long time, is just going to have better soil. Like looking at all the ways that your stuff is growing there compared to the way that mine is growing in my garden. Like the silver beet that you've got. If I've got some like spinach and spinach beet around the corner, it's growing kind of, but like the stuff that I just saw in that video, so much better. And I would just go ahead and put that down to like the soil, because my soil, as I've been saying every fucking week on these videos, it's like kind of heavy and harder to work with. And the only way to fix that is to keep putting organic matter into the soil, turning it over, planting stuff in there every year, and it's a long process. And it's just nice to see someone who's been going at it a little bit longer and see the results, you know, because you're in Victoria, like we're in the same climate. I could totally have those results if I just stick at it. Am I going to stick at it? I don't know. But it's nice to see what could possibly happen if I do. Thanks so much for the video, Debbie. Honestly, it's such a nice thing to be able to have this window into someone else's garden. I hope that you've been able to see my appreciation for this video that you've sent me, because I am genuinely appreciative. I think it's really nice. So thank you. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video as well. If you have, like and subscribe to the fucking YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you.